Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel leelawebdev. So up to now we have learned the different concepts involved in the Angular animations. We have learned it. We have learned about the query method and also the staggering method. So these are very much pretty useful. The group method. These are all the things you have learned it, right? Up to now, what I want to tell you is up to now the animations what we are trying to write, these are not reusable. So if you want to reuse some part of the navigation animation, something like here the style and the animate, if you want to reuse this animation in some other place, means how we can do it. Now up to now what we are trying to do, we are trying to write the same concept there also. So we are writing the same code in the second in another place also. So this is not the correct behavior. So in animations, we also have an option to reuse the animations. So we can also write the animations in such a way that it can be reusable in another triggers also. How we can make use of this one is, let's try to know. So let's say that here we are in the root animations.ts file. So this is our root animations.ts file. In this root animations.ts file, let's say that for example, I want to reuse this animation. So I want to make this animation reusable so that I can use it in some other place also. So in order to make this one, so what I need to do is, so here we have to create a variable constant fade animation. If you want to export it also, you can export it, not a problem. Fade animation. So this is the fade animation, right? So I will be creating, instead of trigger, I will create animation. Okay, so this spelling mistake, this is spelling mistake, yeah. Now we have a method that is an animation. This should be imported from the Angular/animations. So this is animation is a method which you can define the animations what are involved, and you can reuse this all the animation which is defined in all the triggers. So here we need to define animation, and here you need to write all the animations which are involved. So here this is the two things which I want to rewrite it. So here I can copy it and paste it. Fine, that's it. So now we have did this one all fine, right? So we have implemented this. So we need to include this one in an array. So here these are the two animations. So we need to include this in an array. Now we have implemented the animation. Now here, in order to use this animation, what I need to use is, so here you need to write useAnimation. So this is the method which should be. This useAnimation method are also imported from the Angular/animation. This useAnimation method, and here we need to provide the name of the animation which we are trying to do. So here I need to give the fade animation. That's it. So this is how we will be using this animation. Now if you try to see the error, so there is no error. And now here we can go to here, and if I go into the courses, it's working fine. And if I go to this users also, it's working fine. But here in the users.component.ts file, we are using a slide animation. I will try to use the fade animation. So that is nothing but root animation trigger. So this is a fade animation. So here I have used this root animation trigger. Now if you try to see here the same output, now this time I will go to the courses. So without any problem we are able to see it. And if I go to the users, so now here also without any problem we are able to see this one. So you are able to see a opacity, right? So here you will be able to see opacity. So now we are able to implement this one. Now fine. Now if I want to pass parameters to this one, so for example, I want to define my own opacity and I want to define the own duration. So how I can send it? So here in order to use the variables, so here we need to pass the second parameter, right? So here we will be using the params and we need to pass the values. So for example, let's say that opacity, which is the default value 0, and duration, which is default value, let's say 500 milliseconds. So when you are trying to mention like this duration, you need to mention in a string value that milliseconds. You cannot write it something like 500. So this is one thing you need to understand. So here you need to mention it as in 500 milliseconds. Now we have defined params, and now how can I use this one? So now not defined as params. So here I am using the params, and default values I have included it. So if anybody doesn't sense any params, so these are the default values which will be included. Now here if I want to declare this variable, how can I declare this one is, so it needs to be enclosed in a single quotes, and here double flower brackets you need to give, and we need to write opacity. And the same thing if you want to mention the animation duration also, so you need to mention it like this, duration. So flower bracket duration like this. So this is how we will be sending the params. Now I want to send these params, right? So in this use animation, so using this use animation, we need to send the params. Let's say that I am sending the params here. So params like this we need to send it. Oh, like this we need to send it. So here if I try to send 2000 milliseconds, okay. Now if you see the output here, so slowly it will be fading out. See, we are able to see it is coming slowly 2000. If I try to make it as a 5000, then you will be able to understand it very clearly. Now if I try to make it, yeah, slowly it is coming, see. So like this we are able to set the animation for this one. Now here also we are making it constant, and here also we are making it constant, right? So we can also send it through the component also. For example, let's say that here we will be having a callback function, something like this, and I will be using the params, and here instead of using this one, so directly the params will be passed. So that's it. So now we are using the params thing. So that's it. So now here we are having a params. Now this should be of type any. So I am trying to keep it as any. Right now I am not creating any interface. So this params, whenever you are trying to use it in the users.component.ts file, here this is the root animation state, right? Now this one is a callback function. Here you will pass the values. So here I can pass the opacity of 0 and also duration of 5000 millisecond. So now whenever we are trying to use it here in the courses also we are trying to use this one. So I will comment out. Now if you try to see the same output which we are trying to get it through the component. So this time we are trying to get it through the component. If you see here users component, we are calling this one as a function, and the opacity duration we are passing through the component, and here we are in the root animations.ts file. This is a callback function which we are getting the params, and we are taking the params and we are passing it to the fade animation. So like this we are passing it. Now if you see the output for this one, let's see the output for this one. So we are able to see the my courses. If I go to the users, slowly these things will come, see. So now the same thing we are able to achieve by passing the params thing also. So this is how we will be reusing of the animations is done using the animation method and also the use animation method. If you go to the Angular animations, you will be able to see. So Angular animations, if you click here, and if I go to the introduction to the Angular animations, and at the down you will be able to see some options. So the different types of methods that are available in the animations. So bottom, if you try to go somewhere in the bottom, I think, yeah, here you will be able to see animation and use animation. We are able to see it. So this is the animation which I try to explain you. Style, opacity, animation, these are all the things I have explained you. And we are sending the params also. And this use animation method we are sending it as a, we are sending these params. So this is the way how we will be using this animation and also the use animation method. If I go back and if I click on this use animation, here also you will be able to see activates starts a reusable animation that is created using the animation function. So now what I will do is I will commit this code in a new branch, that is video-50. So we have reached half century. So half 50 videos we have completed in Angular animations. Almost 2 or 3 videos are there. We will close this Angular animations series. Now here I am committing this code, reusable animations. So this is our commit, and whoever wants to refer this code and all those things, as I already told you, we have a GitHub repository URL hosted in the GitHub, the entire code which I am trying to explain in the project. So you can go here, so you can go into this one, okay. So you can go here and you can watch the, whatever the video you are trying to watch, you can go to the particular branch and you can refer to the code. So that's it guys about the reusable animations. So we have learned about the animation method and also the use animation method, how we need to use it. We have learned it. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.